Ladies and gentlemen, today we are going to go over the 5 best concealed carry shooting drills. Now, as you probably know, there are a lot of different shooting drills out there. So why in the world would I say these are the 5 best? Well, the whole purpose of shooting drills is to get more comfortable and more efficient with your gun. And the best way to practice is to practice how you carry. Now with concealed carry, there's like a wide range of how people carry. Some people carry like a 5-shot 38 special revolver. Some people carry their Glock 17 with 220 round max, right? This video is geared kind of towards, I guess you could say, your average concealed carrier. I'm talking about you, the guy who just carries your gun without a spare mag. Now, don't get me wrong, this is not a video that's saying do not carry a spare mag. That's up to you. You can debate amongst yourselves whether or not you want to do that. This is simply just going over some drills that you can do if you don't have a spare mag or if you don't carry a spare mag. So, without further ado, let's get into the first one. So this first drill is just your classic draw and shoot drill. This is kind of like the bread and butter, the staple of all concealed carry, either dry fires or live fire drills. So to do this drill, you're gonna need your gun, you're gonna need a target, which we've got downrange. And right now I'm standing about 7 or so yards away from it, and that's just because the average self-defense encounter is anywhere from 7 to 10 yards, depending on the statistic. We'll just stick with that. And to do it's pretty simple. You're gonna face your target. When you're ready to shoot, you're just gonna draw, point, and shoot. Now, before we do this drill, keep in mind, I'm just your average guy, okay? So do with that what you will. These are just the drills that I have found to be useful and that I think you might find useful as well. Also keep that in mind when you see how fast or slow I'm about to do this drill. Now, I don't have a professional shot timer, but I have an extra special shot timer, which is my cameraman, who's gonna give me a nice beep when it's time for me to go, and I'll throw up a timer on the screen and you can see how much more I need to practice this, okay? Beep. All right, let's go look. Okay, and something to keep in mind with this specific drill is they say that slow is smooth and smooth is fast. I went too fast for my skill level and I'm out of the D zone here, okay? So we'll go ahead and we'll do that one more time. I'll go a bit more slowly so we can look to see how much of a difference that'll make. Beep. Okay, this time we got an A zone, so it pays to go slower at first instead of trying to go fast. Cameraman, you wanna go?
Yep.
All right, bro, do you understand the drill?
I do.
Beep. Yo, that's pretty good.
Right there in the C.
C zone, his liver's bleeding out right now. That's not too bad. Nice.
Well, I'm a lot less trained, so that for me is pretty good.
Bro says that like I'm super trained as well. Now, another variation of the draw and shoot drill that you can do to take it to the next level is called the double tap. Basically the exact same thing, except you put 2 rounds down as fast and as accurately as you can. So we'll give that one a shot. Okay, my follow-up shots are... Anyways, excuses, let's go.
Beep.
Oh, look at this. Okay, so not too bad. A zone and then C zone, just barely outside of the A zone box. So...
Time doesn't count if you're not in the A zone, brother.
Not too bad, another great drill. Obviously I have a lot of practice to do, but this is another great variation if you want to take the draw and shoot drill to the next level. Does the cameraman want to try?
I do.
All right, let's do it.
This is gonna be bad.
Well, as long as you don't shoot yourself, I guess we're good. Beep. Sheesh! We've got another one in the C zone, and I think
was that it?
The B zone, so yeah, well.
He's dead.
You know, not too bad. He's probably bleeding out right there. Hey, nice work, dude.
Thanks.
Good deal. This is obviously the work of trained professionals right here. Now, this next drill is a pretty well-known one, and you better believe we were gonna include it. It's the almighty Mozambique drill. So what is the Mozambique drill? Well, the history behind it's actually pretty interesting. It got its name from the Mozambican Civil War. The guy who developed the drill, his name was Colonel Cooper. He had a friend, Mike Russo, something like that, who was fighting guerrillas out in Mozambique in the late 60s. Now, where this drill comes from is Mike Russo was in an airport. He rounded a corner and came face to face with a guerrilla who had an AK. Now, they both went to shoot each other, but Mike Russo was faster. He drew, fired 2 in the chest at this guy before he could even get the AK on him, but the guerrilla didn't go down. So he assessed the situation, aimed at his head, and sent him to the afterlife like that. And after hearing the story, Colonel Cooper was like, hey, that sounds like a pretty good drill. 2 in the chest, 1 in the head. That's where it comes from. It's pretty sweet. Anyways, let's talk about how to do it. So the setup for the Mozambique drill is pretty similar to the draw and shoot drill in that you've got your target down range and you're gonna wanna stand about 5 to 7 yards away from the target. In a self-defense situation, you're gonna want to be able to cause your opposing attacker to fail in their attempt to attack you or your loved ones or anyone else who is of value. Just like your mom. We'll protect her. Are you still rolling?
Yeah.
You're still going for speed on this one, also accuracy. You want A-zone target. So actually, come over here. You're gonna wanna put 2 shots in your A-zone in the chest and 1 shot in the A-zone in the head. You wanna start in a ready position. You can argue if you wanna be low ready or high ready or whatever. We're just gonna be in a position like this. When it starts, you point, 2 in the chest, 1 in the head. What you're aiming for with the Mozambique drill is to be able to get this done in under 4 seconds, completely accurately in the A-zones.
Beep.
All right, let's go check it out. Oh, okay, so we've got 2 A zones right here and a B zone right there in the head. So that's not too bad right here. Obviously, I wasn't super fast. I don't have the timer. Would you say that's about 4 seconds?
I think so.
Okay, so almost there, bro. But this one was not in the A zone, so this is where I got to work on as moving up to that. Obviously, this is a smaller target, so it's more difficult to hit, so it makes sense that I would have missed. All right, let's switch it up. Beep! That wasn't bad. That was pretty quick. Oh, nice. Look at that. Okay, so you got an A zone right there and an A zone right there. I believe that was yours, right?
I think so.
Dead center. Oh man, we got the
Little high.
we got the dirty bird zone right there. You just dinged his dome, man. You probably knocked off his helmet.
Yeah, it scared him a little bit.
But if you had enough time to hide, he's probably, I don't know, he's probably bleeding out. By now, you're probably safe.
Yeah, probably.
Not too bad. I mean, I would say that's probably under 4 seconds.
I think so. That was a little fast. I think I could have gone even a little slower, but it was pretty good.
Now with the Mozambique drill, there's another variation that I'm not gonna count as a separate drill, but it's called the box drill. If you don't know what that is, it's basically the exact same thing as the Mozambique drill, but instead of just 1 target, you have 2. And the idea is you have 6 rounds, and when your timer goes off or when your cameraman says beep, then you draw, pop, 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 and basically do the Mozambique drill twice with the 2 different targets. So if you have 2 targets and you want to step up your Mozambique drill game, then you can try the box drill. But we'll leave it at that and we'll move on to the next one. Oh, hey, what you got there?
Oh, hey, these are my 3x5 note cards.
Oh, why do you have those?
They're for the walkback drill.
Oh, is that the next one?
Yeah, that's the next one.
Shoot. So this next drill is called the walkback drill. Now, what is the walkback drill? It's a little bit different than the previous 2 because we're gonna be using a 3x5 note card to aim at instead of one of these IPSC torso targets. Now, the reason for that is with a torso target, it opens up the doorway to be just a little bit sloppy. Like when we were doing the Mozambique drill or the draw and shoot drill, I mean, we were all over the place. Now, the purpose of the 3x5 note card is to kind of bring you back to your shooting fundamentals and just to make sure that you are accurate. How the walkback drill works is you take a 3x5 note card, you put it on a target, and you start off standing about 3 yards away or so. And you don't need to draw, you can if you want to, but we're gonna just start at a ready. And it's not timed, it's basically just seeing if you can hit 5 shots inside the 3x5 note card. And if you make all of the shots in that note card, then you come back to 7 yards, do the same thing again. You shoot 5 rounds, trying to be slow and methodical, making sure they all make it in the note card. If you get in the note card, you come back even further to 10 yards behind this bush, and you do it again. And if you are just so accurate that you're nailing all those shots, then the idea is you get a ton of ammo and you take 1 step back, 5 more shots, 1 step back, 5 more shots, and then 1 more step back and then 5 more shots. And if you keep making it, then 1 more step back and 5 more shots. And if you're still making it, then 1 more step back and 5 more shots. And then if you make those shots, then 1 more step back and then 5 more shots and then 1 more step back. And the goal is to keep going until you no longer are making all 5 shots in that note card. Once you miss that note card in a set of 5, then you come right back up to 3 yards and you basically start over again, but this time kind of focusing more on your fundamentals, your grip, your shooting angle, how you're aimed, you know, that kind of a thing. And this is really just to hone down your accuracy and those shooting fundamentals. Now this drill is gonna be a lot more convenient for you if you're carrying a gun that has 10, 15 plus rounds in the magazine. I am old school. I can still carry a little single stack guy. So that means I'm gonna have to reload after every iteration of this. But that's okay, because the point is to get good and comfortable with the gun that you can still carry. I am now about 3 yards away. Okay, here we go. All right, so I did get all 5 shots. That was real close. I was only 3 yards away now. I was real close to missing that. Well, it's time to step back. We've backed up to 7 yards away from the target, and we're gonna do it again. Here we go. Oh, that was so close. Oh! So I got 4, pretty good grouping right there from 7 yards. I don't know, do we count that? It's still on the card.
It's on the card, it counts.
Yeah, okay, so we're gonna count that. We're gonna grab a fresh card. I'm gonna reload and I'll go back to 10 yards. All right, 10 yards away. Boys, I think this is where we fail. Well, I guess you want to see if we have to look. I just got 1. Dude, that's so bad. It's like I was shooting so low. Gosh. Well, so at this point, this is where I would stop and start over and come back to 3 yards and figure my crap out. Oh boy. You know, it'd be real easy if I was trying to fake this and I just did that as many times as it took to get all 5 in there, but we'll just leave it real, whatever. All right, we've reset, and this time, we're gonna have him go. May the best shooter shoot.
I plan to.
Did you get all 5 shots on target?
No. Did I get 3 or 4?
That was 4.
That was 4?
I think that was 4. I think
I missed my second or third one.
something like that, yeah. So this would be a point where you would need to start over, brother.
I'll start over.
All right, keep in mind, if you don't get 5 shots this time, you don't get a ride home.
That's fair. That's fair.
1 like equals 1 good luck that he makes all 5 on target.
I put 2 through the same hole almost.
Nice.
Nice.
Back up to 7.
We don't need to show. It was good. It was good. I mean, if
All
you
right,
come
we
over-
don't even need to show it, folks. Let's work. My cameraman almost made it to 30 yards, but I don't know what stopped him at 7. So anyways, that's a great drill. Let's move on to the next one. All right, so this next drill is called the 3x5 drill. And before we get into that, if you've made it this far, thank you so much. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe, and comment down below what your favorite drill has been so far. Now, what is the 3x5 drill? Well, it's kind of modified from what's called the 5x5 drill. Basically what it is you do 5 shots with both hands, 5 shots with your strong arm, and then 5 shots with your weak arm. Get it? You know, 3 different times, 5 each, 15 shots. 3x5, 3 times 5 is 15, just like, Now, the reason why it's important to practice shooting with your strong arm and your weak arm is because you want to be ready if that ever happens. Now, I sincerely hope and pray that me, you, and your loved ones will never be in a situation where they are going to have to use just their weak arm to defend themselves against an attacker. And since that likelihood is low, that's why probably most drills don't include some kind of weak arm or strong arm firing with your weak arm, some kind of weak arm or strong arm firing. So we've got a fresh target here, and this one's not necessarily timed because you just want to make sure you're as accurate as possible with your various arms. So for the 3x5 drill, we're going to be about the same distance away, about 6 yards or so, right? And so I'm gonna start with both hands, then I'll do my right arm and then my left arm. I'll go middle for both, and then top left for my right and bottom left for my left. The second set of 5 is a strong arm. All right, and then the last one will be my weak arm. My groupings were not too bad at 6 yards. I've rarely ever shot just left-handed, so we'll see how well this goes. Okay, let's go. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this wasn't too bad. Here's my first grouping of 5 with both arms. It's honestly, I mean, not that great, but we can all improve. That's why we do these drills, right? This one, we've got a double hit right there, single, single, and then I nailed this side here. I think that's when I was getting used to just shooting one-handed. And then this one, I was aiming for this bottom left one and I was using my left hand, and I've got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It was all over the place. I wasn't even close, but that's why you practice weak arm, brother, because if you can't shoot left-handed, then what are you doing?
So first 5 will go in the middle. My strong arm will be top right, and then my weak arm will be bottom right.
Yes, sir.
Apparently I'm left-handed.
Yo! Oh my gosh, look at that, dude.
I don't know which were mine and which were yours, but
They all seem pretty close, so we could just say it looks like
maybe
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because this was me, so these were all you. That could have been a double.
cool.
Dang.
There it goes.
You're left-handed.
I can shoot left-handed.
So obviously I have work to do with my left hand, but this is a great drill just to make sure you're getting good with your concealed carry firearm, shooting one-handed with either of your arms, and then just kind of comparing it directly with how you shoot with both. Anyways, on to the last drill. All right, so this last drill has to do with fixing your failures. Now this is an important drill because firearm failures are something that can happen in a concealed carry situation. Now, most of the time when you look at drills that deal with fixing failures, they incorporate a secondary magazine, but since the point of this video is to show how you can do these drills with just one magazine, we're gonna adopt that here. Now, the first type of failure is a failure to feed, or a type 1 failure. And basically what that is, it's when you pull the trigger and nothing happens. That means that a round did not feed successfully into the chamber. Now, in a concealed carry situation, that could probably happen from 1 or 2 reasons mainly. One has to do with the whole debate of, do you carry one in the chamber or not? If you are the kind of person who carries one in the chamber and you're planning on having one in the chamber when you're ready to shoot, let's say you were loading up for the day and you forgot to rack that slide before you holstered it. When you go to shoot, you're gonna have a failure to feed because there's no round in the chamber. Now, for those people that don't carry one in the chamber, this could happen if you forget to rack the slide before you go to shoot, right? In either case, when you have a failure to feed, the way to fix that is the same. I'm getting ready to shoot either the target or the attacker, and here's what happens. I draw my firearm, click, nothing happens. What you wanna do is first, you want to smack the bottom of your magazine to make sure it's seated well, and then you rack the slide, and then you shoot. Just like that. Here it is a bit faster. Okay, so now the important thing is the way that you want to train for this. The first thing you want to do is make sure your gun is unloaded. So rack the slide a lot, make sure it's empty, do all that kind of stuff. Load a round into the magazine and you're just gonna load it, okay? So now there's not a round chambered. We know that because we cleared it. We've got 1 round in the magazine and you'll do just what we showed before. You're gonna draw like you're shooting on target, pull the trigger. As soon as you get that click, you're gonna slap the bottom of the magazine, rack the slide, and fire. All right, out here in the wild, we're gonna test out the failure to feed drill with a civilian. Are you ready, civilian?
Yes.
All right. Tap, rack.
It didn't go back.
I guess that's why we practice.
That's why we practice.
Type 1 error. Nice. Now the second type of failure that we're gonna train for is a type 2 failure, which is failure to fire. Now this type of failure happens in 1 or 2 situations. One of the instances you'll get a type 2 failure is if you're completely out of ammo. The reason for that is when you've got a magazine loaded and you hit your last round, your slide locks back. If you pull the trigger, boom, no fire. The way to fix that is to grab another magazine, slap it in, rack the slide, and shoot. But since today we're focusing on training if you're just carrying 1 magazine, if you're only carrying 1 magazine and you run out of ammo, then, well, you're SOL, bro. But therein lies the argument then for carrying another magazine. But that's a debate for a different day. We're just focusing on if you've got 1. But the other instance is if you don't eject your previous shell all the way. So that could look something like this. If you've got your round that wasn't expended out all of the way. The way to fix this is similar to the type 1 failure, where you want to slap that magazine, tap the bottom, but this time you're gonna roll your gun like this, so the ejection port is facing down, and then rack the slide, and you roll it to make sure it falls out, and then fire. So the way to train for this is kind of interesting. So you lock your slide back, you place your empty brass right there, you let it slowly come up so that way it stays put. Now it's locked. You grab your magazine with the 1 round and you're gonna load it like this. And so what happens is you go to fire, you pull the trigger, nothing happens. Then what you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna tap your magazine, roll your gun, get that round out of there, let go, point, shoot, and you're good to go. All right, I'm gonna set that up one more time and we're gonna look at it a little bit faster. All right, let's get ready for that type 2 failure. See, he's gonna load up the brass in there. He's gonna carefully walk that up, perfect. All right, ready?
Ready.
Nice. See, that was pretty it's pretty intuitive, right?
Yeah, I mean, your first instinct is something's not right, and so that's pretty much your first instinct. Yesterday, I had a full magazine in there and I realized while it's sitting in my lockbox that it just wasn't racked all the way. And so smacking it, make sure it's up there, do that, and then it'll go.
Excellent. Now with a type 2 failure, one of the reasons why you might have a failure to eject is if you're limp wristing it like a little girl and you're not giving your gun enough of a backbone to recoil against, or if some random thing happens and it just doesn't quite get kicked out all the way. In any case, practicing for this will give you the muscle memory to know what to do if this ever happens. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like it and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more stuff like this, and comment down below which drill was your favorite, or if you have any other drills that you think are essential concealed carry drills that you can do with 1 magazine and live firing. Don't forget to make the world a better place. And as always, freaking splinters. Awesome. Dude,